Well, this is a big beginning of the season move. I got 3 cubic yards of locally made compost dropped off in my front driveway. I was then lucky enough to shovel all 3 cubic yards into buckets and move them into my backyard while nursing a back injury after a workout. Not the best idea, but I was just so excited to get this compost in, to get it moved, to get it spread onto the garden, that I made a bad decision and my back hates me for it. In this video, I'll be talking a little bit about the upcoming planting season, what I will be growing, why I decided to go bulk compost versus bagged, and we're also gonna plant a couple things. So hang out! And now it's time to see what we'll be planning on growing for this whole upcoming season. We've got some New Mexico green chili, we've got sweet banana peppers, we've got jalapenos, we've got red chili, we've got Hungarian wax peppers, which are hot. Despite them saying sweet, they do get hot. Green bell peppers, corno de toro, yeah. I think we even have some of these violet sparkles. I tried these last year, and with the not great season last year because I didn't put enough compost anywhere, I had lackluster results. Hop over here, green tomatillo seeds from last year. We've got the Faradali tomato, the Marion tomato, San Marzano tomato, crimson sweet watermelon, black diamond melon, red giant mustard, bok choy, basil, collard greens. On the zucchini side, courgettes. We've got gray zucchini. We've got butternut squash, 8-ball zucchini, and regular green. Pick a bushel hybrid cucumber, pickles, container variety. We've also got some burpless spring cucumbers, bantam early golden corn. I also have some corn I grew from last year that I saved seed from, so I'm going to try to do that. Sugar snap peas, we already have 9 in here, and they are starting to come up, so there's that couple little bits of growth there. And again, I'm starting these in containers because we're about to have this big cold snap for a few days. Here's collard greens. We got rattlesnake beans, purple hull pea beans, calypso beans, and mayflower beans. And all these beans, I'll be growing up sets of corn, maybe, with some squash growing on the bottom for ground cover. Beans add nitrogen to the soil, squash covers the ground, corn allows for places for the beans to grow. What? Anyway, and then the last little bit to show you, these are the bok choys. We've got a lot of these, again, just waiting for this cold snap to move out of the way so that I can plant them out. Here's our giant mustard being very small. And yeah, and that's Bonobo being loud. She's mad because she can't eat all the compost, even though it smells so good to her. My cabbages that have survived the winter, these were planted back in August or September. There were a lot more. There's not now. And I really can't believe it took me this long to realize that I should have just been buying bulk compost this whole time instead of the bagged compost. At $4 a bag for bagged compost, I'll show you guys some calculations here of how much money I've saved by doing it this method of buying the 3 cubic yards of compost in bulk and having it delivered. So one of the bigger decisions that I had to make when it came to deciding how much compost to buy and who to buy it from was how much I needed. The way I had been buying compost for the last 2 seasons, 2 years of gardening, was going to a local hardware store, going to the garden section, and buying the 1 cubic foot bags of organic compost at $3.98 a bag. Now, the first couple years that I did this, I realized, dang, this is kind of expensive. So this year I decided to just do a little bit of math. So there's 27 cubic feet in a cubic yard. I ordered 3 cubic yards of compost. So we're going to do a little bit of math to show how much money I saved on buying bulk versus bagged. $3.98 a bag, and there I would have needed 3 cubic yards. There is 27 cubic feet in 1 cubic yard, so multiply $3.98 times 27 gives you the price for 1 cubic yard of bagged compost, $107.46. And you multiply that by 3, you're looking at $322.38. So $322.38 would be the price to get 3 cubic yards worth of compost from a hardware store. And mind you, that's all in bags. So you're looking at over 75 bags that you also have to throw away once you've moved all the compost. Now, the company that I purchased the compost from has their compost at $50 per cubic yard, bringing my total to $150 for the compost and $60 plus tax for the delivery. Now, even with the delivery, I've saved over $90 for the same amount of bagged compost that I could have bought at a hardware store. And if I had the capacity to haul that much compost from the facility that I was purchasing it from myself, I could have saved over half the amount of money altogether by paying only $150 versus the $322 for the bagged compost. And one more upside of the bulk compost is that it's still active. You saw in that clip how much steam was coming off of there. So it only took about three and a half hours to unload all the compost. I have so much compost that I've made a new bed, which will be used probably for corn and beans. And that's, over a foot and a half deep, very wide. Mainly wanted to get that all in place before this big winter storm hits, where we're gonna have down to 9 degrees. That's low. So I just wanted to get it all in place before then. Any onions that survive being buried this deep, good job, you deserve to live. All these beds are full. This one even has a little extra compost there. Got my strawberries in place. The Swiss chard's still doing fine. And there was a bunch of garlic planted in here. It hasn't popped up, and we're almost in the spring, so yeah, if any garlic ends up coming up over there, then that's a good thing. Actually, while we're out here, I decided I'm going to go ahead and plant some other seeds. So, collards, some more bok choy, some lettuce, some of the red giant mustard, some radishes, and some other lettuce. So I've just kind of dug some fairly shallow trenches in rows, and I'll just sprinkle some seeds and cover them over. And now I'm just going to move this out of the way. We can't plant that. Here. And give it all a quick thorough water. Got 2 rows of lettuce, a row of collard greens, 2 rows of radishes, and over here some mustard greens. Just give this a quick little water, then we'll cover it with this tarp to kind of protect from all the snow that we're about to get. See what survives. So in closing, it is a big upcoming season. Now that we've got all the compost that we need, we've got all the seeds selected, we've got a whole bunch of seeds started, and now we just wait on the weather to comply. It'll be a big season. There's going to be hydroponics. There's going to be a secret project in this greenhouse, and I hope you guys stick around for that. Hang out for the videos, the updates. This, again, the secret project over here, I'm not saying nothing about it except for it's secret until there is proof in the pudding of what I'm doing. So sometime midsummer, you'll get a good update. This is the Albuquerque Gardening Channel. I'm Alan. I hope you guys give this video a thumbs up and let me know what you're doing with your gardens. Let's get growing before it's too late. This late cold is messing with us. People think that it's going to take forever to get their garden started. Start it now.